We welcome you here to the desert, home of the Phoenix International Raceway for the fourth race of the 2017 NASCAR XFINITY Series season. We are getting set for the DC Solar 200, a 32-lap race for this afternoon. It is a very hot and humid afternoon here in Phoenix, 98 degrees. The track temperature is 108 degrees. And that's going to lead us to some great, exciting racing on this slick racetrack. Here in a broadcast booth, I'm Eric Burton here from March 531, here to call the DC Solar 200 for some NASCAR XFINITY Series racing. We just wrapped up the NASCAR Can-Am Pro Series race here earlier this morning, leaving us with Noah Gragson in victory lane. Immediately after that race, we had NASCAR XFINITY Series qualifying, which left us a Junior Motorsports front row. Elliott Sadler winning his first pole of the year, with Justin Allgaier starting right beside in second place. Now we're going to take a look at the championship point standings after 3 races coming here into this weekend. It's the same as the starting lineup, at least for the top 2 spots. Elliott Sadler, the pole sitter, currently leads the points, 4 markers over teammate Justin Allgaier in the number 7. Daniel Suarez is third in points. He picked up his first win of 2017 last weekend in Las Vegas, giving him some extra momentum and confidence as he'll make his 5th start here in Phoenix this afternoon. James Busher and fellow Roush teammate Darrell Wallace Jr. wraps up the top 5 in points after 3 races. Right now, the top 16 drivers would qualify for the second ever NASCAR XFINITY Series chase should it begin here this afternoon. Tomorrow, the NASCAR Spring Up Series will be live here from the Phoenix International Raceway with the Camping Road 500, the 4th race of the 2017 Spring Cup Series season. But the question is, who will visit victory lane here in the second round of the West Coast Swing for the NASCAR XFINITY Series? We take one step closer as we send it down trackside for the starting command.
Drivers, start your engines.
The field will now make their way down in the turn number 3 as Elliott Sadler, your pole sitter for today's race. On the inside, Justin Allgaier on the outside, your Daytona winner from a couple of weeks ago. Then you have Darrell Wallace and Austin Dillon. On row 2, Matt Tifft and the 22 Ryan Blaney. The front 6, the pace car will hit pit lane, leaving the field in the hands of the Junior Motorsports teammates. Elliott Sadler, Justin Allgaier brings the field to the line, and we are underway in the DC Solar 200. And it is a drag race in the turn 1. Allgaier up the track, and Sadler may have him cleared as Austin Dillon now coming up through the middle of the 2 car. Dillon in the middle, Allgaier up top, and that's the 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr. on the inside of the racetrack through turns 3 and 4. But in front of the field is Elliott Sadler, and he brings the field to the line, and he'll lead lap number 1. But the battle is on for second place. Darrell Wallace, Austin Dillon runs Allgaier up the track. Matt Tifft on the inside. Now Ryan Blaney now comes up through the middle of that 22 car. Allgaier falls back to the 4th spot, battling the 22 and the 20. That leaves Dillon and Wallace side by side for second place. Look further back in the pack. Daniel Hemrick, Alex Bowman. Here's Cody Ware, J.J. Yaley. DJ Kennington's back here in that 13 car. There's the 80, Austin Terrio. He was unable to post the lap in qualifying due to inspection issues. Had a start in the rear of the field in 40 spots. So far, it looks pretty good and pretty safe up here. 3 wide again. That's the 8 of John Hunter. Nemechek up the track, and Blake Cook caught in the middle. Eric Jones in the 18 making his way through the bottom of the track through the dog leg here on the back stretch. And 3 wide again. For second place, that's Ryan Blaney. On the inside, as you see, we have a new leader. The 2 of Austin Dillon's taking over the top spot away from Elliott Sadler in the 9. And we have a caution on the track. The caution lights are on, and we have a big pile up here on the front straightaway. The 60 of Gray Gaulding. A lot of damage on the 60 of Gray Gaulding. There's the 12 of Daniel Hemrick, the 52 of Timmy Hill, the 4 Garrett Smithley, the 99 of Enrique Contreras, and it appears the driver with the worst amount of damage is the 97 of Brandon Brown. So the caution flag is out here due to a big pileup here on the front stretch on lap number Lap number 4 of the race, 80 of Austin Terrio. One of the issues with starting in the back is you end up getting caught in a pile-up like that on lap number 4, and there's the 42 Justin Marks with some damage in the 42 car. JJ Yaley has a little bit of damage on the rear end, so does the 0 Brendan Hightower, who gets run over by Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick making his second career start this afternoon, not going the way he was hoping for as the leader, and we had some damage on the right side of Darrell Wallace Jr. Not sure where that came from, but the leader at the line was Austin Dillon, Justin Allgaier, and Matt Tiff. Let's take a look at the replay of the first caution of the afternoon. Okay, so it's going to get pretty wild coming off turn 2 down the backstretch. Going to be 4 wide going into turn number 3. Daniel Hemrick and Justin Marks slide up the track. Here comes Greg Golding and Alex Bowman on the inside, but they're going to run out of room, and up in the wall goes the 12 of Hemrick. Greg Golding involved. There's the 24 and the 28, Dakota Armstrong and Chastain. And then cars pile in, and as you see, Brendan Brown lifts the 4 off the ground. Pretty much broke the radiator on the 97 of Brown. There's Hemrick, a lot of rear end damage. Justin Marks, the 42, Greg Golding. That 42 car is 30th in owner points. It's been a tough start to 2017 for Chip Ganassi Racing's number 42 car. Ryan Preece. All 3 of the Johnny Davis cars were involved. There's the 80 of Austin Terrio. Talking about him having to start from the rear of the field, and this is what happens when you start all the way in the back. You can't avoid a crash like this on a track like Phoenix. And let's go on board the 97. Majority of the field did not even slow down that much when they were coming down to the crash. And Daniel Hemrick, Timmy Hill making his first start of the year, BJ McLeod, Ray Black Jr. Some of these cars got maybe a little bit of cosmetic damage, but really nothing too serious. There was DJ Kennington, but there was also something else that happened here off turn number 4 involving Darrell Wallace. Want to look at it real quick. Ryan Blaney's going to end up running up the track. Pretty much the exact same thing that happened that brought out the caution. Darrell Wallace puts the 22 Ryan Blaney in the wall. A little bit of contact. You see the damage on the right side of the Lados Ford Mustang, Darrell Wallace, but they did not wreck, and they did not come down pit road, so they should be good to go here on this upcoming restart from Phoenix. We're back live getting ready for the restart here with 23 laps to go. 38 cars are still on track. 2 cars are out the race as you look at the drivers who had to go behind the wall, Enrique Contreras and the 97 of Brandon Brown. Austin Dillon is your leader. Greg Golding and Ray Black Jr. are 1 lap down. They lost a lap after trying to repair the damage as we're back underway with Dillon and Matt Tiff on the inside line, racing us down into turn number 1. Dillon clears the outside line. Here comes Tiff on the bottom, trying to get that lead away from the 2 car, at least trying to clear Allgaier for seconds. There's Darrell Wallace Jr. on the inside of Ryan Blaney. We saw them make contact right after the yellow came out. And there's the 18 on the bottom, possibly 4 wide with Eric Jones. Elliott Sally, the pole center, fell back a little bit early in the race, but now trying to work his way back up as you see the 11 of Blake Cook caught in the middle again. That's Cole Custer on the inside and John Huntington checking the outside. Fire alarm services on board the number 8 car this weekend. Further back, there's the 88 Cole Witt. Great to see him back in a competitive ride here in NASCAR's Top 3 Series, racing the 09 of William Byron. James Busher, there's the 48 of Brendan Poole. Jeremy Clements, Brandon Jones, Ryan Sieg, Alex Bowman, Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick got some pretty good damage from the first crash, but he never came down pit road. And there's Greg Golding and Ray Black Jr. Like we said, those 2 cars are 1 lap down each as Kennington slides up the track in turn 4. Up front, it is now a battle between the rookie versus the champion, Austin Dillon on the outside. But how about the 20 of Matt Tiff racing Dillon for the lead? Great showing by the 20 of Matt Tiff. had brain surgery 1 year ago, got a full-time gig with Joe Gibbs Racing, and now battling the 2013 champion Austin Dillon for the lead. A lot of these cars, really every single car, is having trouble keeping their car on the very bottom of the track through the corners. You see the car sled up is so high here in the desert. This track is slick. These cars are getting loose going into the corners, and that's providing us some great racing here at the front for the leaders. It's going to be 3 wide possibly as Tiff baits Dillon to the line as we are back under caution from the Phoenix International Raceway. And we have one car upside down here in turn number 3. That's the 33 of Brandon Jones. The Richard Childress Racing sophomore driver, the Okuma Chevrolet, and also the 78 B.J. McLeod. Involved the 51 Jeremy Clements, and more damage to the 12 Daniel Hemrick. So it looks to be at least a 4-car incident here, as the 33 and the 78 seems to have the worst amount of damage. And we are going to go back and look at the replay involving one of our, or really 2 of our championship contenders. 51 Jeremy Clements in the middle, contact from Alex Bowman, and going to be 4 wide going down here in the turn number 3, and that did not work the last time. And Bowman was in the middle of it last time, and oh, contact right there. The 51 just snapped sideways in the 51 car. And see, the 12 car Daniel Hemrick slid up the track a little bit, and the 51 ran right in the back of Hemrick, and the 33 a innocent bystander, Brandon Jones, and he ends up going upside down here in turn number 3, tumbling down the track. And that will end Brandon Jones' afternoon. Cut short here at the Phoenix International Raceway. He is done this afternoon. The 78 B.J. McLeod. Somebody who we did not see in that wreck, though, was the 78 of B.J. McLeod. And looks like he may have actually brought out the initial caution, actually, as coming off turn number 4. Contact with Terrio, comes down the track in a Dakota Armstrong, and in the inside wall goes B.J. McLeod in the 78. I don't believe, though, he brought out the caution. He did not. McLeod got turned on the inside, or into the inside wall, but he did not bring out the yellow. This mess in the turn number 3 with Alex Bowman and Brandon Jones. That brought out the caution, while Austin Dillon got beat to the line by the rookie Matt Tiff in the 20. Great showing right now by Matt Tiff, Austin Dillon, Eric Jones now 3rd, Darrell Wallace, and the 22 Ron Blaney runs out your top 5, as we'll be right back with the restart. Next week in the NASCAR XFINITY Series, we live from the Auto Club Speedway for the Service King 300. That is next weekend here on March 531, race number 5 of 2017. The 78 B.J. McLeod is behind the wall, but believe it or not, Brandon Jones never went behind the wall. He is 1 lap down, but he is still in the race, believe it or not, even though he flipped several times in turn number 3, as we're back on the way with Matt Tiff in front with only 14 laps to go. And now Eric Jones moving up into 2nd. Austin Dillon now falling back to 3rd, under attack from Darrell Wallace in the 6th. Matt Tiff in front of Eric Jones. Austin Dillon 3rd. There's the 22, Ryan Blaney 4th. Darrell Wallace rounding out your top 5 and 6 in 5th place. At this point, we have only 34 cars on the lead lap. Ray Black Jr., Gray Golding, and Brandon Jones are all 1 lap down. And going down in the turn number 1. Oh, contact! The 22 nearly gets turned by the 2 of Austin Dillon. There was contact, as the 18 is now in front. Eric Jones making his first start of the year, driving the 18 for Joe Gibbs Racing, trying to go 2 in a row for the organization here in Xfinity. And take a look at a lot of the cars in the front, the drivers in the front. You see a lot of them are Cup Series drivers. Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, and Austin Dillon, all running in tomorrow's NASCAR XFINITY Series race. The driver, the number 19, Daniel Suarez. He'll be making his Cup Series debut next weekend at the Auto Club Speedway in a 5th Jug is Racing entry. Blaney runs Jones up the track wide, and a little bit of contact back here between Wallace and Allgaier. A lot of drivers starting to make some noise. The 19 of Daniel Suarez and the 09 of William Byron. Already now working the way up through the top 10, near the top 5. Suarez on the inside of teammate Matt Tiff. There's Dillon now going in 3rd. Jones back to 2nd, but in front of the field now is the Discount Tire Ford Mustang of Ryan Blaney. At Daytona, it was Justin Allgaier behind the wheel that took the checker flag. Then 1 week later, Jenny Motorsports continued their dominance with a win by Kyle Larson at Atlanta. Then last weekend, you saw Daniel Suarez hang on to pick up a win in the first race of the West Coast Swing for Xfinity. And now Eric Jones trying to continue the momentum for Jug is Racing into 3 wide. Out of turn number 4, Ryan Blaney on the outside. Eric Jones in the middle. Austin Dillon sideways and has to get out the gas in the 2 car. Now 4th place battle between Daniel Suarez and William Byron. Elliott Sadler now working his way back up here inside the top 5, or near the top 5. Darrell Wallace, Allgaier, John Hunter Nemechek, Cole Witt, Blake Cook, Alex Bowman. There's Cole Custer, Brennan Poole, James Busher, Ryan Sieg, J.J. Yaley, Spencer Gallagher, and Ross Chastain. That is your top 20 at the moment. Brandon Hightower, 24th. Martin Rod, 25th. Cody Ware, 26th. And Eric Jones now in front of the field. Even though not for long, here comes Austin Dillon back to the inside. 6 laps to go here in the DC Solar 200, and we have so many cars under a blanket for the lead. You have Dillon, Jones, Blaney, Byron, Suarez, Tiff, Sadler, and Wallace and Allgaier not far behind. Up the track goes Dillon again. Look at Byron on the inside. Byron looking to make it 3 wide for the lead. And that 22 keeping the inside line open for the 09 of William Byron. And no contact is made. Blaney up the wall. Into the middle of the pack. The 22 Ryan Blaney spins out. Contact into the outside wall. That will bring out a yellow. What that has done now, William Byron is in the lead with Daniel Suarez 2nd, Matt Tiff 3rd, and Eric Jones is 4th. The top 4 cars, Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas. And then you have a couple of Jenny cars of Sadler and Allgaier, and not far behind, Cole Witt and Alex Bowman. Getting set up for a Joe Gibbs Racing versus Junior Motorsports showdown here in the closing laps. But this caution, big, tough break for the 22 of Ryan Blaney, one of the drivers who had a great shot at a victory here this afternoon. Contacting the dog leg, or going into the dog leg off turn 2. And not sure where the contact really started here off turn 2. Looks like the 18 may have got into the 2 of Dillon, which sent the 2 of Dillon down into Ryan Blaney. See contact on the nose of the 18 of Eric Jones. That's going to be a little bit detrimental to Jones' chances at a win this afternoon. And Blaney spins out, and he's not going to have a shot at a win or even a top 30 finish, most likely. So what that does now is that puts William Byron in position to possibly score his first career win in just his 4th career NASCAR XFINITY Series start. Suarez will be lined up trying to get his 2nd consecutive win. Matt Tiff looking for his first career win. And Eric Jones looking for his first win of the year in the 18. Can William Byron hang on to score career win number 1? We're going to take a little break, and when we come back, it will be a green-white checker finish here from Phoenix. Cars are now rolling down into turn number 3. A green-white checker finish. They will take the green flag, they'll come back around for the white flag, and then they'll take the checker flag. William Byron in front of the field. Daniel Suarez on the outside. Matt Tiff and Eric Jones, Elliott Sadler and Justin Allgaier. Byron trying to clinch a spot in the chase. making it 3 Xfinity regulars and 4 races. We're underway. 2 laps to go in the desert. That's a great jump by William Byron. Suarez spun his tires, and look at the lead Byron has as they battle for second place. Suarez on the outside, Matt Tiff on the inside. Question is how much damage to the 18 of Eric Jones has. We saw him running back of the 22 of Ryan Blaney. Does the 18 have enough damage to keep him from having a shot? They come off the final corner. In front is the rookie, William Byron, out of nowhere. Was outside the top 10 early in the race, but once the late part of this race came, Byron was set to go and took his Liberty Toyota to the front. Ran full-time in the Truck Series 1 year ago for Kyle Busch Motorsports. Was promoted to an Xfinity ride with Joe Gibbs Racing, who will come off the final corner. Career win number 1. William Byron wins the DC Solar 200. A terrific job by the 09 team and William Byron. They win the DC Solar 200 and put the rookie Byron in the chase for 2017, becoming a 3rd job to clinch a spot with a win. Allgaier at Daytona, Suarez last weekend at Las Vegas, and now Byron this weekend here in Phoenix. But how about this career best for Matt Tiff? 2nd place for the 20 of Matt Tiff. As we take a look at the results, Byron the winner, Matt Tiff 2nd, Elliott Sadler 3rd, Danny Suarez and Eric Jones pretty much the drivers ran up front almost all day. How about Cole Witt comes out of nowhere to get 6th, Justin Allgaier 7th, Darrell Wallace, John Hunter, Nemechek, and Austin Dillon in your top 10. Fell back after the contact with Ryan Blaney. Alex Bowman, great run by him, and Blake Cook, nice run by the Colleague Racing number 11 team. The 2nd page begins with Cole Custer 13th, Brendan Poole and James Busher, J.J. Yaley, Ron Sieg, Gallagher, Justin Marks 21st. He was involved in the first caution of the day. It's a top 25 finish. So does Austin Terrio and Cody Ware. Morton Rod 25th, Brendan Hightower 26th. Ryan Blaney ends up 29th. Daniel Hemrick 30th. It's a tough day for Penske Racing and Team Penske. Ray Gunning 32nd, Garrett Smithley, Dakota Armstrong, Ray Black Jr. So that is going to complete the results. And now we take a look at the championship point standings, the chase grid, and now you see 3 names highlighted. The drivers who have been able to go to victory lane: William Byron, Justin Allgaier, and Daniel Suarez in the 19. So 3 drivers are now in good when it comes to the chase. That means about 13 more spots are open to make the playoffs for 2017. Tomorrow, the NASCAR XFINITY Series, Camping Road 500 right here from the Phoenix International Raceway. That is tomorrow here on March 531. Next week in the NASCAR XFINITY Series will complete its West Coast swing with the Service King 300 from Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. We will look forward to having you with us next weekend in Auto Club. So that will complete our broadcast. You can go to our website, NASCARMockSeason.Weebly.com, for results, points, news, and more. That's NASCARMockSeason.Weebly.com, the official website for the 2017 NASCAR Mock Season. So that is it here from Phoenix. We'd like to give one more congrats to rookie William Byron. He is your winner here in the 2017 DC Solar 200 from the Phoenix International Raceway. Goodbye, everyone.